Well, the weekend started out great. However, certain things I could not do to review that makes it that was going to be a good episode for all of you. However, I'm only going to do what I'm able to do. So I'm going to be reviewing the latest ChocoPro show, 292. We have I think, three matches taking place: a singles match and two tag team matches. And of course, we cannot forget New Japan Pro Wrestling with the new beginning in Osaka, where we feature certain matches. For example, House of Torture are being told if they don't defend the Never Openweight six-man tag team titles, then they will be stripped, or they have to defend them. But also, we got the loser leave Japan match. Who will leave Japan forever? Will it be Jay White or the young um, Hikuleo? We don't know. And of course, we got the Never Openweight Championship on the line between Tamatanga and El Fantasmo. And then finally, the IWGP World Heavyweight title will be defended between Shingo Takagi as the challenger and Kaguchika Okada. And then, of course, we got a couple of news updates to tell what's been going on in the world of pro wrestling. So, let's get ready for another episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Welcome, everybody, to Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J. Rod here. So, let's begin with Choco Pro 292. We have three good matches that took place. The first one, we have tag team action. We got Miyu Yotsuba teaming up with Masahiro Takanashi, taking on Chi Koshikawa and Sayaka. Now, I have mentioned in the past, I have seen Chi and Sayaka. They have been very, very cohesive as a tag team. You got to remember, these two girls started out as part of the fourth generation of Yoshi girls in the Got to Move system. And of course, that's what makes them interesting. I've seen them how they have grown. And I did mention there's no doubt in my mind they could one day potentially challenge for the Asian Dream tag team titles. But they have to, if they are able to pin the one person who holds one half of those titles, it is a possibility. But right now they have one. There was a factor in this match is Miya Yotsuba, who is the newbie in this team. However, that kind of did play it out exactly like I thought it would, because Miya is new in the team, so it would have been easy for an easy target to put away. Now, Masa, he's all about trying to win the matches at any cost. Even he has to be clever with it, but not this time. Apparently, she was able to put the muffler onto Mia and force her to submit, and it was won just like that. Next up, we have singles action. We have Shin Suzuki taking on Hagane Shino. I thought this match was pretty good because Hagane has been very impressive. Ever since I've been watching him a lot, he's like this dude and doesn't talk, but he's always laid back, just mind his own business. But he has been more active as he's been since I don't know when. But he was able to pick up a very strong win against Shin by applying the Renhi, and 1, 2, 3, it was over right from there. Now, our next match, we have Sayaka Obihiro teaming up with Kenoka, who once again decided to impersonate Mei Shiruga, taking on the Best Bros, which I thought this match was going to be interesting because we know that Mei Shiruga does not like Kenoka, because the first time these two have ever encountered each other, May actually got into his face by singing, "Whoa, whoa, 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 I'm Big Apple." And Kenoka did not like that, so he decided, "Well, I'm gonna get you back, girl. I'm gonna pretend I'm you while you're out in the States." So that kind of played out pretty well. But however, did Kenoka try to do the make sure goes moves? Well, yes and no at the same time, but it did not work. But luckily, it was a double pin on Sayako Behiro because they were able to separate Ken Oka from her in order for Balianaki and Mei Suga to pick up the win. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That did. Now for our Jonkin tournament, this one was a real tough one. I wasn't too sure. Me has been so lucky on certain times. Masahiro has always been winning the Jonkin, but finally, after who knows how many for how long, Mei Suga won the Jonkin tournament. I'm sure she's very happy. The little goblin is back, and that's how it's gonna play out. So I thought it was a pretty good show. I can't wait to see what's the next one gonna be like. So we'll find out soon. But right now, let's move on to our next review, which is our final one: New Japan Pro Wrestling: The New Beginning in Osaka. Okay, New Japan Pro Wrestling. So it opened up with a tag team action. We have Oscar Lube and Toriano taking on the United Empires, Aaron Henare and Great Khan. Now, you probably can suspect that this match was going to fall in favor of the United Empire because one X factor is Oscar Lube because he's the young lion. The young lions, mostly when we see them, they actually lose their matches. And of course, it was Aaron Henare who picked up the win, once again acting that this is going to be his time to finally shine. I mean, we still got a long way to go to get there, but we'll just wait and see when that day happens. Now, our next match, we have Shota Umino teaming with Ryusuke Taguchi, Tiger, Tiger Mask, and Tomoaki Hamna to take on the members of LIJ consistent of Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Sanada, and Tetsuya Naito. I thought this match was pretty good because, as you know, Umino has been coming off from a great match that he had with Naito. It kind of felt like, okay, we still continue from that happening. But however, it was of course Hiromu Takahashi with the time bomb to onto Taguchi to pick up the win. However, as soon as LIJ realized they won the match, Hiromu received a surprising message from one particular person. As you know, he defeated and retained his title by beating Yo, but his tag team partner, Leo Rush, decided that he's going to be the next challenger. But what I like about this is that, of course, right after that message, Hiromu was a bit paranoid, so he kind of left to look for him, and Naito was playing around saying it's Milano collection really is Leo Rush, but he continues to mess with Hiromu regardless. I thought that was hilarious. So I'm sure we're going to see that match soon enough. Next match, we have Master Wato versus Taiji Shimori. Now, keep in mind, Osaka is the home of Master Wato. But this particular match was more of a revenge match um, for Taiji Shimori due to the fact that he blames Wato for the loss of his IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Now, keep in mind, in this particular thing, what we have noticed is the fact is, in this case, this was not entirely Wato's fault. Taiji Shimori was the one who initiated this match, but he refuses to accept it, but hopefully he can. But however, the match itself was unbelievably good. I mean, Wato could have won this match, but it took a, one particular move to put away Wato by Taiji Shimori to get his revenge for that loss. So I thought it was pretty good. Now our next match, we have Kenta versus Hiromu Hiroshi Tanahashi. This is mostly another revenge match. If you remember, Kenta and Tanahashi have been going back and forth with each other on various occasions, and I thought that also tells us another story. But oh man, this match was so intense, and not to mention, if you notice, Tanahashi's frontal teeth are missing, and of course, Kenta took great pleasure in trying to make fun of him, but it didn't do any well for him because it was Tanahashi with the high five flow. It took 2 times to put him away, and that was it. Now, our next match, this is the Never Openweight 6-man tag team titles. Now, the House of Torture, Sho, Yujiro, and Evil refuses to to put these titles on the line. But however, New Japan matchmaker said if they don't defend these titles, then they will be stripped. I thought this match told a fantastic story because the way it's being told, here comes Minoru Suzuki, who has an interest in Ren Narita. And Ren Narita has been dubbed as the son of strong style. And Suzuki felt, I can teach you what strong style is all about. He said, because if you guys remember, he was trained by the late Antonio Inoki. He was trained by Karl Gotch, um, Fuji something, those guys. So it felt like Ren Narita is willing to learn, but however, House of Torture played dirty tricks on this one. They attacked Ren Narita right before the match even started, but I have to say it showed how strong Despy, Minoru Suzuki, and Ren Narita are, but it took at least a Cobra twist by Ren Narita to put away Yujiro, forcing him to tap out, and for them to become our brand new Never Openweight 6-man tag team champions. However, Minoru Suzuki in the post-match had a surprise. Now, we didn't know what to call these guys, so they now decide to call themselves Strong Style. I thought it's fitting, and he did this for Ren Narita, and I think Minoru Suzuki really had a touching strong, and of course one thing is clear, it's going to be a little tough now to beat these guys, so we're going to see who will be the lucky challengers to fight them. Now our next match is the loser leaves Japan. Jay White initiated this match. He blames Hikuleo for what happened at Wrestle Kingdom, losing the IWGP Heavyweight title, and he made it clear that he wants him gone now. Jay White has spent the entire time believing and confident that he's gonna walk out and Hikuleo is gonna. But Hikuleo, no matter what Jay White did to him, he tried. The only way to put a man who's 7 feet down into the ground is try to take out his knees. That was effective, but it did not stop Hikuleo because he does not want to lose either. But it took only a choke slam by Hikuleo to pick up the win. But the obvious thing does remain. What's going to happen to Bullet Club now that Jay White's not going to be around? Who's going to take leadership? Can he be a leader while he's elsewhere? We don't know. But Hikuleo, we know he will have a bright future in the company. We know he's probably going to pick up his first title. We just don't know when or where. So we'll see about that. Now, our next match is the Never Openweight Championship between El Phantasmo and our current champion, Tama Tonga. As you know, Tama Tonga probably is in a good mood since Jay White lost. I think this is another moment where Tama has stepped up as a singles competitor. Now, keep in mind, he is a tag team specialist, but we never would have imagined he has developed to be a singles competitor. And I think this one showed how much he has grown as a singles competitor. And I think that tells us that he is willing to go the distance to that. And I think he tried many times over to apply the gun stun, but El Phantasmo is a little bit more clever than he looks. But finally, it was, of course, a underhook pile driver. I don't know what they called it, but it did put him away. I think that was one move that, of course, El Phantasmo did not anticipate. Now, our main event is the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship between Shingo Takagi and our champion Kazuchika Okada. This match was also pretty good because Shingo Takagi is trying to regain the title but also declare himself as double champion. Once again, if you guys remember, he was Never Openweight 6-man tag champion after Evil had to leave due to the fact of what he did. And of course, he was a Never Openweight champion, but winning this title is something that he wanted. And I think this is a pretty good match that we expected until Okada applied the Rainmaker, finishing off Shingo. And of course, Okada thanked Shingo for this match because it was one of the best ones he's ever been. But however, he did stated that he needs an opponent for the San Jose event on the 18th of this month, and he chosen Tanahashi. So it looks more like things have fallen to full circle for these two. If you guys remember, it was Okada who tried to dethrone Tanahashi, but now the roles are reversed. I think that we're going to see a pretty good match, so I can't wait to see that. I think that's pretty much it with New Japan. I believe it's time for some news updates. Okay, welcome to our news updates. We only have four that we're going to be updating what's been going on in the world of pro wrestling. Here's one. NXT star Mamri Miller is now going to undergo surgery for a torn ACL. So this is, I'm sure she's going to be out for who knows how long, maybe months or possibly a lot longer. We don't know. But hopefully a speedy recovery. She comes back. I'm sure she's going to be stronger than ever. Now, if you guys remembered in the last updates on the last episode, I mentioned Ultimo Dragon is going to make his Prestige Wrestling debut at Nervous Breakdown on the 31st of March. However, it's now been announced that he will be teaming up with the Time Splitters, Kushida, and Alex Shelley. I think this is going to be a dream come true for both Shelley and Kushida because these two guys are two of the most amazing junior heavyweight competitors you probably get to meet. But their opponents is none other than Team Filthy, consistent of Tom Lawler, Royce Isaacs, and Gerald Nelson. I can't wait to see what Ultimo Dragon is going to bring in. Now, since today is a Saturday, we actually are going to be seeing the NWA. Enough said. One particular wrestler was participating in this event, and now it's been announced that he's now signed with the NWA, and that is EC3. Now he's bringing the Control Your Narrative thing onto the promotion, so hopefully things don't go well. I don't know exactly how this, because there's been a lot of controversy with those, but we'll see what happens. Now, finally, our last update. If you guys remember, Billie Starkz, she announced that she will be at Tokyo Yoshi Pro Wrestling when they're in LA. As you remember, she did participate in one of their events last December to face Yuka Sakazaki. I'm not sure what matches she will be involved, but it's going to be interesting to see her back with these guys. And I think that's pretty much it what we have. So we'll end it right here, and I'll see you. So let's just call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this episode. Coming up, as you know, we still got more ChocoPro, but also I'm going to review NWA Enough Said, and of course, 2 sessions of the Jersey Championship Wrestling. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in this particular tournament. As you know, we are going to be crowning a brand new JCW champion. Don't know who it is, but we'll see when we get there. I think that's pretty much it. So see you guys in the next DWZ time. Same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So, goodbye. And have a nice day.